Okay, let me just check if we are live on other streams. Looks like we're live on Facebook. And are we live on YouTube? Yes, we are. So,
we're live.
Should we do this thing?
That's rock
Coming
and roll.
at you
Let's rock and roll.
across the ether.
I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, before we do anything, I just want to check something here quickly. Yes, that's on. Yes, that's on. Okay, let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's Weekend Craic, episode 78. Thanks for joining. Mom, Dad. I don't know who else joins.
Everyone else.
Everyone else.
And the world.
And we're still stuck in the garage for now.
You know, every great business started from the garage. Somewhere.
Yeah, my daughter actually sent me that meme the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad, you'll make it one day, don't worry. I think she was trying to tell me something.
No, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right, so here we are. It's Saturday again. As usual, I'm super prepared. I don't know what we're going to talk about.
No, we got our talking points. There's a lot of
we?
stuff. There's
Okay.
a lot of stuff happening.
So we're not allowed to talk about politics, religion, or sex, right? Are those the rules today?
Like, are we a Mormon podcast?
A what? A Mormon podcast? No, we're not. Okay, so I suppose we should just rate the week, hey? I'll start. My week was a bland 5
Man.
and a
it's
half.
It's like, what's happening?
I don't know. It's been a shoddy start to the year.
Is it like just a grind of, things on the wheels turning that's like getting you down, or is like what's going on?
Not too sure. When I find out, I'll let you know.
Awesome. 5.5 is pretty bleak. It's like, yeah. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for your.
No, I'm gonna give it a name rather than a number,
Okay.
Yeah.
because I think I'm in much the same region, and I'm just gonna call it vanilla.
What's happening, guys? What's happening?
It's February is what's happening.
Is it
It's the
just
period between celebrations and next holidays.
so? Is it just the weather that's like getting you down, or is it like I don't know?
No, there's just nothing. It's like Groundhog Day. There's just like nothing new going on. Same old routine. Same old.
You know what it is, eh? It's the quiet before the storm, dude.
Don't say that. I haven't got over the last storm yet.
Yeah. Well, just to say that we're not sponsored by Seattle Coffee, but damn, you guys can make a good cup of coffee.
Or good cups.
Oh, just good cups, period. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're saying is anything I put in this cup's going to taste good.
I think there's a test that needs to happen here.
I know.
Hang on, Oleg. What are you drinking? What is that? Dr. Pepper
Dr. Pepper, yeah.
on this show.
On this show, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen now.
Anything can go down. So, guys, I'm definitely not vanilla Coke mood this week. It's definitely Dr. Pepper mood.
So you're giving yourself a 7.
I'm giving myself a solid 7.
Solid 7 or sexy 7.
Yeah, it's just, this week felt like, it's like, when the train gets going and it's like takes a while to just like settle in that routine. It's like this week is like, I was there. I was just cruising.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I wish I was cruising. Maybe next week.
Guys, it's like, I think it's the weather was actually brilliant by our side. It was like really sunny and warm. It didn't rain as much this week as it did previous week.
Except for Tuesday, right?
Except for Tuesday, but like...
Someone's
Yeah, Leicester. So Andrew went for the bike ride on Tuesday evening. But like when I was supposed to join, but then when I looked outside, it was already raining by my place. And I was like, I'm opening up a poultry business, so I need to be very, very conservative with my choices in terms of riding in the rain. So I'm a proud owner of a chicken farm.
Yeah, and it's growing. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the background story is there. I ride with these guys, Bonafide Moto.
Yeah.
They have Taco Tuesday once a month on I can't remember, it's like the first or the second Tuesday of every month. And we meet at Monroe Drive, which is this place that looks out over Johannesburg.
It's a
like
beautiful outlook point, like near Houghton or
Yeah.
in Houghton.
Yeah, just above Houghton. And
Yeah.
then, so we meet there, and then we go off to some Mexican Tex-Mex place. This time we went to Baja Taco, which is in Norwood, which is actually, out of all the places, probably one of my favorite places because it's got a nice vibe about it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, and also the food's great. So I actually meet Peter Balzar there on a regular basis.
At the same place?
Yeah. It's like halfway between his place and my place. And we stopped there. So, and like Oleg said, it was raining. And secondly, my eldest daughter, for the first time in her life, rode pillion with me
You serious?
and joined me for Taco Tuesday. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was an
cool.
experience. So we were halfway there and it started pissing down with rain.
So can I ask you something? Is your daughter like riding pillion on your bike? Is she as bad as you are?
No,
when
she
you
was
ride-
much better than me. Much better than me. But yeah, so she enjoyed it. So we had to stop halfway. We stopped at
Despite
Hyde
the
Park.
rain and all that, she enjoyed it.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think it rained that hard. It's like what happened was it was like a cloud burst and
Jeez, dude.
was it raining hard?
Go wet.
Okay.
So we stopped at Hyde Park, parked in the garage there, the underground parking,
Yeah.
waited for it to. So about like 20 past 6, we were on the bike again, off to Monroe Drive, met everyone there. Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't say this online. Yeah, I'll save it for afterwards. But anyway, we had a great evening. Really, really nice. Really
Yeah.
nice.
But
Next time you must join.
Well, if I'm in town.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking to Oleg.
No, I will.
But
Well, you know,
I
he's
will.
too
you
chicken to do
welcome
that,
every
right?
time. You
I
welcome
was
every time.
I was
Too
actually
chicken to drive in the rain.
no, dude. Like it was like by my place, it was coming down properly. I was like, I thought maybe it was like a cloudburst because like when we chat with Andrew via WhatsApp, he's like, no, I'm still going. So I'm like, is it not raining by your place? And I think at that time it wasn't when you left.
It had started raining.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it still left though.
Because by my place it was like
I thought it was going to blow over.
coming down properly. But
Yeah, I wasn't very good at geography.
But luckily, it was really good that like afterwards, I think at about 7 o'clock, it stopped and it never rained again that evening.
Yeah, so at Hyde Park, probably at about 6:30, it like stopped drizzling.
Mhm.
And it was fun. And it blew over because I watched the clouds. And it blew over, yeah. But it was a good evening. It's good to join. And there's
If I
no
come-
such thing as bad weather, dude. Just inappropriate clothing, right?
That's true. But next time, if I come with, would you ride pillion with me?
No.
Would you ride pillion behind Andrew?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? Okay.
Easy.
Payback time.
It's like you know there's a story behind the story, and the story behind the story is it's like on a couple of I think on one occasion, it never happened again. Andrew was dropping off his bike for a service and asked me, he's like, would you come pick me up? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm also coming to work on the bike. So it's like, we'll just ride pillion to work. And then afterwards, I'll drop you off at home because the bike would have to be booked in for a couple of days. So it's like when we're driving to the office, this guy is like, he's a really nervous pillion driver. Like he freaks out. And I'm like, dude, you're an experienced biker. You're behaving like a...
It's so different when you're not in control. Right?
Yeah, it's true.
But also the thing is, you know what it is that I think subconsciously when you're riding the bike, you know when you're going to put the brakes on, when you're going to accelerate, and you can
How far
almost
to leave.
like position your body in the right place. When you're a pillion, you've got no idea when you're going to stop. So your reaction time is like half a second or a second behind the event.
Dude.
Especially like when you pull away, it's like, whoa, fuck it.
So we got we got to work, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, it's like I'm gonna drop Andrew off at home. That's gonna be interesting, you know. So, by the time I dropped him off at home that afternoon, he was like a nervous wreck. But he's like, no, I'm not riding.
Never again.
And look, I'm a really chilled rider. Like, I
In
wouldn't
your
really,
mind, maybe.
I wouldn't really jazz it, you know, especially like with Andrew or with another like passenger on the back. But it's like he was really freaking out, and I looked behind him. I was like, you see, the problem with a motorbike, you can't just stop and have a chat like you would in have a conversation like when you're in the car.
You can slap him on the helmet. Hey, chill, dude, chill. Dude. But also the thing is, remember, I had my laptop bag on the back, so you got like a little bit of weight at the back. So every time he pulls away from a robot or accelerates or whatever, it's like, wait, anyway, maybe we're going into too much detail here. Anyway,
So do you hold on to him, or did you hold on to?
onto
Did
the
you,
back.
put you hold on behind you?
I think on his bike he's got places
It's
to
got
hold.
boxes.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a rail.
no, you got-
like a rail.
Yeah.
It's like
whatever.
it's like a rail.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just funny, you know. Like when I came back home, I was like, man, this guy's never going pillion with me ever
No,
again.
no, I'm not going pillion with anyone again, ever. Yeah, so talking about motor vehicles, I saw one of the guys that is in the Bonafide group. He posted some photos with the new Ineos, you know, the Grenadier or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently the prototypes in South Africa. at the
Yeah,
moment.
didn't we saw the news that the prototype landed and the guys are busy testing it?
I think we might have. Anyway,
Yeah.
so somehow he got to see it.
Did he get to drive it?
I got it. If I said, then I would be lying, but I'm not too sure.
Okay.
Not too sure.
So what's your guys' impression of it? Is it just a souped up Defender, essentially?
It is essentially. I mean, if you look at it,
Is it like sort of like a luxury version of 76?
well, it's a luxury version of the 110
Yeah.
Land Rover.
Yeah.
It's obviously got a lot more features in it than the 76 or whatever. But I mean, at that price point,
What features does 76 have beside an aircon?
ABS and airbags.
Does it have airbags, like in the front?
Yeah,
Okay.
airbags, ABS, and aircon.
Because like
That is it.
To be licensed to ride on the road now, any new release car has to have airbags, doesn't it?
Was it? I'm not too sure.
Well, the big
So
issue
just put
was,
one in the cigarette lighter and then you took a box.
the big issue with like 76 was it's like it's not NCAP 5 rated vehicle, and like for the type of job that like I would do in the field, I would need to use an NCAP 5 rated vehicle. So I came up with a brilliant idea of like telling our management this, saying that we just need to get Range Rover Sports
Or new discoveries.
or new Discoveries. That didn't go down well, but I had to try.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, that's definitely my approach.
Right, that's very interesting. Yeah, so the Ineos, I suppose, for its price range, and you're comparing it to what you can get for the same price,
Like, what price range are we actually looking at? Are we like
1.3 million. So at that price, you can get yourself a
a lot?
200 series. If you can find a new one,
A lot.
you can get a demo 200 series Land Cruiser with all the bells and whistles in it. I think you can get a Land Rover Discovery, the new shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's where you're at. But you also got to remember.
But guys, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
All right, it's like hypothetically, if you had the money, right? Let's just say 1.3 mil. It's like, would you buy it?
What, the Ineos?
Yeah.
No, if I had 1.3 million, I would buy something else.
Okay. Also,
If they want to increase their market share, they've got to drop that price.
I don't think they
but
care
you know
now.
the problem. You know, this is the problem with South Africa. Okay, in the sense that imported vehicles have large amounts of import duties. Now,
Import
I don't know
duties, yeah.
how they view these cars that come in that aren't manufactured here, but they have a dealership here, in inverted commas. Because, like the Mercs and the BMWs of the world, what they do is they make cars in South Africa for the export market, and then they get credits for exporting, and then they reuse those credits
To import stuff.
To import stuff.
Yeah.
So that's how they can import a car like a high end
5 or 7 series BMW or like I think all the X series BMs are
Yeah.
also made in Germany.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know how they do it. So the Ineos is like
Falls outside of that.
it's going to fall into that category. Something quite interesting is I think when we were talking about it, we said that that the support network was going to be the Bosch auto
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I've now since seen something that it's actually going to be the BMW
Oh, that
network
is
because
interesting.
it's got a BMW engine in it.
Oh, okay.
So it sounds like BMW is going to do that.
That makes sense. But the way, just like talking about the motoring stuff, right? We still need to go for a Mini Cooper electric.
Yeah, those guys never came back to me. The nice people they were.
The many salespeople.
I don't think they want to sell minis.
You don't think
It's
they
just
wanna
marketing to get you interested in visiting their showroom.
sell?
See,
Well, it would
it's
be
created
marketing if they
demand.
could just let me drive the car.
They've created demand. The harder they make it, the more people want it.
Shall we just go there and just check it
No,
out?
dude.
Which other electric vehicles can we test drive?
Full electric vehicles.
Full electric. Has to be full electric.
Now we're going to have to go to the US of A. Go test ride a Tesla. I don't know what full electric. So I know Volkswagen have been talking about bringing their full electric
Yep.
Golf. I think they were doing a test. They brought the vehicle to South Africa to do some testing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're talking, 18 months before they actually launch it here. I speak under correction.
So it's definitely not going to happen this year.
No. Okay, so the Nissan Leaf is no more.
Yeah.
Mini
The
and BMW.
The i3.
i3 is an
full.
option.
And then they're also bringing the. We spoke about the X5 thing last week. We spoke about it.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to give it to us?
No.
Give us.
Just give it to you.
No, I don't think so.
Like we're going to rock up.
Nice
can we test drive?
try.
They'll be like,
Dude, it's like me walking into a Porsche garage and saying, excuse me, can I please test drive your Porsche 911 Turbo S? And I say, oh, what car are you driving at the moment? Oh, no, that Ford Figo. Yeah, no, sorry, sir. We don't have any demos for you to
demos.
drive.
Yeah.
Ain't going to happen, dude. I don't know. And besides,
Have you-
they'll
about
ask me
Opel?
how many views do I get on the Weekend Craic, and I'll say I'll get 5. And they'll be like, yeah, I don't think it's worth our time.
Hmm.
Have you got Kia?
We've got
Motors?
Kia.
What? Cock in action?
Yeah, there's an
We have cock in
EV6
action?
full electric.
Oh, really?
But not in South Africa. Also Hyundai. There's no electric vehicles in South Africa.
No.
Oh,
Audi
geez, have you seen the
Q4 e-tron,
Hyundai electric, fully electric?
Yeah.
vehicle?
Ionic.
Oh my God!
It's next level, dude.
Yes, that's a good-looking car.
Looks
oh
like
my
a
word,
Golf.
it's a man. It's like a
It is well designed car, dude.
how do you spell Hyundai?
Hyundai.
Hyundai.
You see?
Oh yeah.
HYUNDAI.
Yeah. Google
Ioniq.
it already.
IONIQ.
Ionic.
It's Ionic.
You know what I'm wondering, right?
No,
like
can't be
just
this one. This one.
yeah.
This one.
You know what I'm wondering? It's like the reason why when you opened up a Google search bar, it already had Hyundai in it. Do you think because Google was listening?
I do think so.
Okay.
Check that thing out.
It looks cool, dude.
Yes,
it looks
that
cool.
looks nice. Oh my word!
I would definitely drive this.
So I must tell you that I'm very impressed with how their styling over the, say, last 10 or 15 years has
Changed.
changed. Have you seen the new family carrier, the new bus?
No, the 800 or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, it's the replacement for the 800.
No, I haven't.
Let's see. Have you seen it, Lester?
No, not on the road because I haven't been out.
Jeez,
I'm
dude,
just
I've
looking
seen. Well, I saw like 3 in one day in Cape Town.
You serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
Cape Town.
yeah. See if I can
I'm just
find
looking
it.
at the range of electric cars. It's just like everyone's got something in their range now. And there's a few I'm not sure about, like the Mustang.
What, that new Mustang,
I think
the
it's
E,
about-
the
yeah.
E,
Ford
what's
Mustang
name?
Mach E, yeah. I'm like, it's not right.
Have
it
you
doesn't
heard
feel
it?
good.
So
No,
Ken
but
Block,
nobody can. It's
Ken Block's
electric.
got a video on his channel where he's driving it. Dude, it
Yeah.
sounds so weird because like you expect him to be driving this
Mustang
Mustang with this double,
or the Ford
Yeah.
RS.
yeah, with bi-turbo 1500 horsepower,
Yeah.
and it's going. Is that it?
Sounds like something from a Scale Electric.
Yeah, it is. Check that out. Check how futuristic that is.
That looks cool, dude.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
What are you looking at? The Mach E.
Yeah, I must learn how to pivot here to
I mean,
oops.
there's not much difference
Websites.
between the VW ID3, the Peugeot E208, and what was the one, the Hyundai Ioniq. They all look pretty much the same.
So I'm trying to see if I can get my Chrome. Where's Chrome?
I think it's a good test just to see if it's like if it will pivot.
Why won't it allow me to select that?
Maybe because it's locked.
I don't know. Let me try add another browser. Browser 2.
Porsche.
Porsche.
Taycan.
Yeah. I'd much rather go
Again,
for the
I'm not-
918. The hybrid.
I'm not sure if I'm going to buy a Porsche. I'm not a big fan, but if I had to buy a Porsche, I'm not sure I'd buy the electric. It's the same with the Mustang.
Yeah.
This is now playing with my emotions. Do I want a loud car, a muscle car,
Yes.
a sporty car, or do I want something that's going to peel the skin off my face?
Yes. Listen, okay, let's ask the question. What would you prefer?
I don't think so. I think Lester values his life.
No, okay, but here's the question. What would you prefer? What would you prefer? Would you prefer super acceleration with zero sound, or would you prefer like half the acceleration but it sounds amazing?
No, but hold on. You can
No,
buy
but
the
hold
sound.
on.
You can add the sound to the electric car.
Okay, here we go. Have you seen this? Can you see that, Lester?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see the people carrier there?
Yes.
Yes. That's the one that I'm talking about. Nice and futuristic.
I see. It looks like RoboCop's face.
Well, I mean, they did a great thing with the front, but the back is not exactly...
I mean, they should empty that
here.
boot out if they're going to try and sell
Here's
it.
the gallery. Let's see the exterior gallery. So that's what it looks from behind.
Yeah, that looks normal.
That looks normal, yeah. It looks like a Ford Transit. That's what it looks like from the front. Eh? Nice. Anyway. Right. There we go. There we go.
But we like in terms of test driving electric vehicles, we have limited options. I think it's either Jaguar E-Pace, like one of the BMs.
Yeah.
Or what was the other one? I think a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, the Mini Cooper.
That's pretty much it. So our options
I wouldn't
like
mind. Look, I must be honest. I would love to give the Mini Cooper a drive, and I would like to compare it between the driving experience between driving the normal Mini Cooper and then driving the electric, because
So
it's
how about
essentially the same car.
yeah.
The one is just electric, and the other one is.
So how about this way? How about we do it this way, right? When we rock up there, you ask for the Mini Cooper electric, and I'll ask for the John Cooper Works, and then I'll drive behind you.
No, I want to have the experience. Okay, we can swap halfway. Okay, you'll have to bring your GoPro too.
I think Andrew very quickly realized somebody's getting a road deal.
Well, I
We could
suppose
just
if
swap the
you
next
drive in
weekend.
front of me, I can still hear the John Cooper Works car while I'm experiencing the fast acceleration.
You got to keep up with this acceleration, but then there's traffic, so you will anyway.
Yeah. But the problem is I'm going to overtake him, right? You understand that, right? Robot to robot. Anyway.
Yeah, until your battery dies at the end.
Until on third robot, Andrew's like, "Oh, battery's gone." Oh.
Yeah, I shouldn't have put it.
Give us a tow.
God, give us a tow. Yeah, can you please charge me up? Oh, where's my battery pack? Oh. Yeah, I know. Anyway.
But Lester, like hypothetically, right? If you get an electric vehicle, would you be able to like commute from like wherever you're staying, on the outskirts of Great Britain, to London?
I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't drive into London. It's just
Okay.
too much traffic. But yeah, electric cars are becoming more and more common. There's enough infrastructure to support it. You see these things; they're not uncommon. My neighbour's got a BMW i3 or whatever it is.
Okay.
So yeah, Teslas are very common. Yeah, but I think it's more. Would I get one? If I had the option, if I had the money, would I buy an electric car or something where I can feel the vibrations and noise? I don't know. It's about speed versus experience.
Mm.
I mean, you can't in an electric car. Yes, it's got acceleration, but you get used to that after a while.
Mm.
And I suppose it's like driving a muscle car as well. You know, you put your foot down, you're going to be using more fuel. So, like, you don't really do that often because you want to keep your fuel consumption. The same thing with electric. You're going to floor it all the time.
But then to fill up a tank is a lot faster
Oh, yeah.
with non-electric.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I suppose it just changes the way that you drive, I think.
Now look, so I know a few people with Teslas, and when they go across country, they know where they're going to stop and how long it takes.
So did you like
And they
proper
put their
route
car,
planning?
they don't smash it. They put it in economy mode, and that's still more than ample.
Yeah, sure.
And they can go across the country. We're in a smaller country.
Yeah.
It's not like SA.
Yeah, look, I mean, let's just see what the future holds in terms of that. And I mean, like, I wonder if our Hyundai is going to bring this car, because this is a flippin' nice looking car.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, if I was to look at an electric vehicle and I was looking for something that looked funky,
Yeah.
but not too futuristic, but
It's still cool.
yes, this would tickle my fancy. Yeah.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm not too
So
sure.
does
they'll
it
bring
mean
to
that
South Africa.
that you definitely would spend like that type of money on this car versus the Land Rover?
Well, listen. The thing is, it's several different conversations all in one there.
Yeah, we're just unpacking it.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
Do you
the
know
thing
that
is that
that's-
if I had the money to have both, I would have the electric vehicle as well as a gas guzzler. I would have both. Use them for two different reasons, and only if I had the money. But I could have a gas guzzler and just ride my bikes, and get 4.5 liters per 100 k's on my motorbike and 20 liters per 100 k's on my Land Cruiser.
So
an
does
average-
does it mean like you would generally drive the Land Cruiser like once a month to the petrol station and then drive it back to the house?
Yeah, maybe I'd drive it a couple of times a year. Go do that trip to the Kruger Park or whatever.
Just to charge the battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
by the
You know,
way,
the Audi Q4 e-tron is cheaper than that Hyundai Ioniq 5, and it has a bigger range.
Oh, well. See,
So now
that's
you've
the
got
thing
a
is that
boy
you would-
races versus an SUV.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing is you
It's a
would
level
start getting
playing
into that sort of, like I suppose when you're seriously looking at buying an electric vehicle, you would start looking at all of those kind of things, range, charging time, maintenance, whatever. Yeah, all of that will come into play. And I suppose, I mean, like when you buy a internal combustion engine car, what are you really comparing? Power, fuel consumption, look, and
It's going to be different for everyone.
and you know, like luxuries, accessories inside the car, right? And
Yeah.
price. What are the things that you look at when you buy a car?
Price is always going to be important, sure. But I think your needs change. I don't buy cars that often, but if I look at my mate Rob, who buys cars frequently, and every time he buys a new one, we go, oh, here we go again. And it's like, yeah, I'm not. This one is a keeper. I'm not going to sell this one for a few years. And then 12 months later, he's got another car. And so we've been going on for many years. So he's gone through all the ranges, but his needs have changed over time. So he went gradually from sort of, if I think back to Darwin days, he was, you know, you had a Golf GTI, Uno Turbo, and then gradually that grew into a sedan, a longer wheelbase. Then that got more and more powerful. The interiors stay pretty much the same. The gadgetry comes with it as you go up the HP range. And then he downsized to the Golf R.
Downsized.
And it's kind of, yeah, well,
size-wise.
Yeah.
Not price-wise.
So he's gone up and down, and yeah, he's test driven the electrics as well. So I think your desires change.
Yeah.
And I think after you've done all these test drives that you are not allowed to do, you might change, right? You might change your opinions. It's like it's a novelty at the moment.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I have to be honest, I'm very hard pressed to go out and buy a brand new car, especially the way that we're living at the moment, in the sense that essentially we don't go to the office. And even if we did, it would probably only be 1 day a week.
Yeah, there's just no need.
I mean, I can go there on my bike. Anytime I'd use the car is if it's raining.
And that's your situation. So yes, you will have your bikes, and then maybe you'd have a car on the side for when you need it.
Yeah, but then
it's not going to get used that often.
but then you're not going to buy a car that you're going to finance and dropping a couple of grand a month while the thing sits in the garage, right?
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation before. You know, I'd much rather, to be honest with you, pick up a Beetle for 30 grand, and that's the knockaround car around town. You know, a Beetle that's been restored. I mean, you know, what's the problem there?
Yeah, you don't live on the coast. You don't have a rust problem.
Yeah, and also the thing is, like, you know, 30 grand, you pay cash for the thing. It's not burning a hole in your pocket every month. You know, you can maintain it yourself if you really want to. Yeah, fuel consumption is going to be like less than desirable, but who cares? I mean, it's not really about the fuel consumption, it's about the cash flow, because you will say, well, I'm not really going to drive it a lot during the month.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's becoming more and more difficult to buy justify buying a brand new car.
But that's
my situation.
But there's many other situations. Like the car is a representation of your status,
and identity.
your prestige.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm over that long time ago.
Yeah, I know you are.
Right.
But it's still a very common thing.
Yeah. No, true. Absolutely. And I mean, that's why they sell cars, because guys want the latest version, or want another stunning looking car or whatever, you know.
And generally nice cars generally attract, you know, the members of the, well, whether they're nice or not, that's subjective, but.
So what you guys are saying is I'm going to be single for the rest of my life.
I'll tell you a story about one of
Yeah, because like when I pick up the chick in my Beetle, she's going to be like, what the fuck is that?
The most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. I mean, she stopped traffic, and she had a way about her to gracefully descend the steps from this hotel in Monaco, where her date was waiting in his Ferrari.
Yeah. Talking about that. So there was this quote from Marilyn Monroe movie. I can't remember what the quote really was, but it was about, like for a guy, an attractive woman is important, right? And for a woman, a guy with lots of money is equal. Is the.
I mean, there is that. What's that
Right.
song? The lyrics go, "Girls don't like boys. Girls like cars and money."
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, speaking of that, have you watched the Tinder Swindler on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
You gotta watch it.
Is
dude.
it good?
You gotta watch it.
Is it like a documentary or is it
No,
like...
it's a documentary. It's about a guy that swindles these women on Tinder, and he's living the high life. But in the end, what you find out is that he's reusing the money. So he's getting the woman to finance his life, but then he's hanging with another woman, and then he continues to move on, and they keep on financing him.
Wow.
And he's got this elaborate story, and
My goodness, it's international. It's not even just a local thing.
yeah. And interestingly enough, I saw a Facebook post the other day. Someone shared it with me that he used to study at Rhodes University.
You serious?
Yeah.
So
And he
this
was
guy
banned.
is- this
Apparently, he was banned from the university for plagiarism or that kind of stuff.
So he's actually South African. So is it a South African movie?
He's from Israel.
Yeah.
He's Israeli. But it turns out that it sounds like he's spent some time in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me see if I can find it here. His name is Simon, somebody or other. Simon. So he said his thing is to say that he's the son. So this he's an Israeli con man. Let me share this on the screen so other people can see what I'm saying. So he's a convict theft, whatever, like swindled estimated $10 million from victims across European continent from 2017 to 2019. But it comes out that he was actually doing this before that, like as far back as 2015 and that kind of stuff. They're women, right? And he claims to be the son of some king of diamonds from LDD Diamond Company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his real name is Shimon.
Leviev.
Yeah.
So they were attracted to the money.
So like he spent 3 years in a Finnish prison, plus 15 months in an Israeli prison. And
He's wanted by Norway, Sweden, and the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Imprisoned in Finland and Israel.
Yeah, but he's back. Apparently, he's back living the high life again. Eh?
Really?
Yeah, because he was only in. So these women, he actually didn't spend 15 months. He actually only spent 4 months in prison of that 15 months.
Really?
Yeah, and he was never charged with embezzling the money from the woman
Yeah.
because he never used his name in the transactions with the money. He always used someone else's. So he was getting another woman to pay for like the air tickets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when they look at the evidence, his name is nowhere
Really?
on the evidence. It's another woman's name.
That is clever, dude.
Yeah. So they like they will say, I don't know, but he embezzled this money from you, and they'll be like, well,
Can you show us the
okay,
evidence?
yeah, show us the evidence. You bought him the ticket. It's not like he took the money and then bought himself the ticket, air ticket or whatever. But I mean, the guy was living the high life, dude. He's like flying in private jets and helicopters and driving in Ferraris and all this kind of stuff, wearing all the fancy clothes and, Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana and all that kind of stuff, Louis Vuitton.
So how does this work in COVID times? Because this is very much an activity that you need to do in person.
Yeah, so, well, you see, the thing is, what he would do is like, if you watch the documentary, because I don't want to give all of it away, but like it
Is
starts
it all
out,
fact, or have they modified it? Do you think?
what, the documentary?
Yeah.
I think it was, I think the documentary is actually based on newspaper articles, because apparently what happened was one of the women approached a newspaper, and the newspaper picked up the story, And they then created this sort of story about him, and then they put it out on the internet, actually to warn other women about this guy. And I think the documentary is now based on those newspaper articles. But basically how it starts out, the guy's on Tinder.
I'm just wondering, right, since he pretended that he was related to this guy, Lev Anendovich
Leviev.
an Israeli businessman known as the King of Diamonds. Does this guy have any link with the beers?
Yes, he used to be one of their
No way, dude.
yeah, he used to be on their what do they call it? The site. He used to be one of the Saudi. He was a site holder, yeah. But what happened? No. But what happened is that I suppose we can't really talk too much about this, but he stopped being a site holder, and he got into bed with the Russians, with El Rosa.
Yeah.
And because he had all these diamond cutting facilities,
Yeah.
and El Rosa asked him to help them put together their diamond cutting things, and then he then got access to diamonds from Russia and from Angola. Yeah, I'll send you the article. There's quite an interesting article about him, which was linked to this guy, to old Simon here, but I think I sent it to someone yesterday. Where here? This, no, not there. This article. There. So this is the dude, and you'll see that Leviev. You'll see there. He talks about.
Oh, he escaped to the Ukraine.
See,
There's De Beers.
Yeah.
Intense hatred.
yeah, so I'll send you this article. You can read it. It's
Please
very
do.
interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so go watch the Tinder Swindler.
I will.
I mean, besides the fact that it just shows you what can happen on Tinder, it's also very interesting that this guy gets
But is
away
it
with it.
well made?
Yeah, look, I mean, it is well made. I honestly don't think the story's over, because this guy is still operating. He's just operating in a different way. But I think once you're a criminal, you're always a criminal. I think, I don't know. I always wonder, these guys that have these abilities to influence people, like this guy did, I don't understand why they don't use those skills for legitimate reason. For legitimate business. Why do they feel that they have to, be criminal about it?
I think it's about like the easy way, because it's like if you want to build up business or become like a professional, like business person, right?
Yeah.
Or, for small, medium businesses or large corporations, you need to put some sort of some effort and some grind into it. And I think a lot of these guys just want a shortcut, in terms of like just getting to the end goal. And the end goal is like living the high life.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, do you remember not the last time, but like on some stage we discussed, and I suggested that you guys watch another Netflix thing called Operation Odessa.
Yeah, no, I never watched it.
You never watched that? You guys got to give it a shot. That's like...
I'm gonna write that down, otherwise I'm gonna forget it.
Oh, I can't. It's like
It,
half of the conversations I have every week, everyone's like, "You got to watch this on Netflix. You got to watch that." I'm like, I've even stopped making lists
yeah.
because it's like I can't. It's not physically possible for me to go and watch everything. I'll watch whatever's in front of me now.
What is really cool about it, it's like, it's a documentary, but it's like, life is just so crazy that it's like, it sounds like a fiction novel, but it's like, it's all legit.
Yeah, sometimes real life is
Crazy.
more bizarre.
Crazy, yeah.
More bizarre than some. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
And it features South Africa on it.
Oh, does
like
it?
Actually, a couple of shots that was filmed in Lanseria, and you'll see which ones.
All right. Okay. I will give that a watch.
And Syria International Airport.
Yeah.
Lancera. Yeah.
No, I'll definitely give Tinder Swindler a watch, because it's like I've seen a lot of memes like circulating on social media about this whole Tinder Swindler. And I was like, where is this coming from? And I was like, and then I checked it out, and this is a movie on Netflix.
Yo. Crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, so Formula One, I see the guys are starting to release their cars and their livery. You know, they're launching their cars.
Yeah.
Not much happening.
No news on Drive to Survive release date
No,
yet.
no. I would imagine in a month's time it'll be out.
Well, it normally comes out in March. So
Yeah, it
I
comes
think
out
it's for
normally
them
of
to
like a
announce
week
it
or
about-
two before the season starts. It comes out.
Yeah, they should announce it.
Yeah, and then so I'm looking forward to that. But there's no real news. They're just regurgitating what's going to happen with Michael Massey. You know what's going to happen with Lewis Hamilton.
But didn't
It's
Lewis
getting a
say,
bit
said he was
dry.
going to come back?
I don't know.
He's coming back or something like that. He's tweeted.
Yeah, he tweeted the other day to say, I was gone for a bit, but I'm back now.
I'm back in action.
Who knows what that means? Does that mean he's going to drive again? Look, I can't imagine he's going to retire. I don't think that would happen. I think he'll be back.
Do you think he came back for somebody's scalp?
Probably. Probably. But I'm very interested to see what's going to happen between him and George Russell. Because George Russell, I have a sneaking suspicion, is going to give Hamilton a bit of a run for his money.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. Because
Yeah.
I suppose in a way it does play a little bit of interference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that Lewis is focused on internal rather than external competitors.
Lewis will get the favoritism though for team rules.
Nah,
team-
that's what I'm
yeah,
afraid
he's
of.
the number one driver.
That's
yeah.
what I'm afraid of. But listen,
211.
you know, you got to understand that they put George Russell into a car that he had never driven before, into Lewis's car, set up for Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
And he went out and he almost took pole, and he was leading the race for a large part of the thing. And then miraculously, I say miraculously, Mercedes duffed it up. I mean, when have you ever seen Mercedes make a mistake like that? Put the wrong tires on the wrong car.
Yeah.
You think it?
Ah,
You think it was on purpose?
Conspiracy theory, dude.
Yeah, I'm on your side, Andrew.
But how can you make a mistake like that, dude?
Exactly. How can you make a
In the
mistake like
panic
that?
of the moment, but everything is
No.
labeled up.
No. What happened was they put Bottas's tires on Lewis's car, which was being driven by George Russell. And George Russell at that time was leading the race, if I remember correctly. And because of that, he had to come back in again to change the tires, because otherwise they would get penalized for having the wrong tires on the wrong car. So that's very, very, very odd.
I don't think this type of accidents actually happen. I didn't think.
Like, you can understand a racing team like Haas or something like that. You know, they've done it before. They haven't put the tightened the wheel on properly, or, you know, they've had a debacle like that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when last a team got their tires mixed up.
And is it all four tires or one of the four?
I think it was like the two back tire. It wasn't the full set. It was half.
That's hectic.
Half of it was.
They're all labeled. They've got names. They've got spray paint on them.
I don't
They're
know
all
how
labeled. They can't make a mistake like that. It's not.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
So, but I mean, my theory is that without any interference from the team internally, in terms of favoritism and all that kind of stuff, I think that George Russell's got a good chance of upsetting the apple cart there.
Yeah. Agreed.
And also George Russell, he's not scared, to voice what he's saying. It's not like I almost got the sense that Bottas a lot of the time was just towing the line. You know, he was just being polite and, you know,
He
being
was brought in as number
diplomatic
2 rider and driver,
Yeah.
and he acted the part.
So George
Yeah.
Russell's got something to prove because he feels he should have gone to Mercedes like a year ago, 2 years ago. So he's eager to prove that he should have been there a long time ago.
I think everyone stood up and took notice after that race where they copped him up.
Yep.
Everyone's
Yeah.
noticed his capabilities. So I think Mercedes need to be clever here, because if they don't use him properly, they'll lose him, and they need him.
Yeah.
I think he's now been set up as the next. Well, he's got the capabilities, but he's got the potential to be the next great. So let's see.
So what race was
The
that?
right car,
Was
the
that,
right team.
Was that Dubai? Which race was that? Russell.
Singapore?
It was in the East Summit. George Russell.
Qatar.
Maybe it was a Qatar. Mercedes. Let's see. Mercedes race. Let's see if I can find it. Race highlights. Sakir. Dramatic Mercedes debut. Okay, let's see. How long is this? 6 minutes. Let's play this. See if I can play
Are we
this.
allowed?
Yeah, why not? Can you hear it?
What's up?
Hi, Jira.
No.
We brought you here to
The
Can't
big
see
story,
it, can't
George Russell changed.
Can't you hear it?
Can't hear it, can't see it.
I think. he needs
Okay,
to
wait.
do a
Okay,
transition.
let me do it like this. Okay.
Can see.
Okay, let me just change something here. Yeah, I just need to possibly add. Let me just see here. Add. Let me just test something here quickly.
You want to see if the volume coming through.
Yeah.
Changing out of the Williams into the Mercedes.
Can you hear that? No.
No, I think you need to add a separate overlay for the volume.
Okay, let me see here. So audio input, capture. Let's go this one. Let's put this here.
It's going to be quite a wild ride, no doubt about it. And
Nah. Okay.
I think you just need to change it to the audio input device
Wait.
because you just selected the roadcaster.
And then this one. Input. This one.
No, audio output. Sorry.
Output.
Audio output. Yeah. So just
Okay.
cancel it. And just add audio output capture, and just say desktop,
Desktop.
audio. Yeah.
Okay. I went to. Okay, let's try that again.
well, that's what we love about live sport, isn't it? We don't
Nah.
know what.
Nah. Okay. Well, I must try and get that working sometime. Yeah. We'll get that working sometime. And then we can play those kind of videos.
I'm going to change the topic a bit.
Please do.
Today, in history,
Mm-hmm.
this all comes together now. Today in history was the first time that a feature-length film was shot in Hollywood.
What year?
and It was 1914. I'll save you the
Okay.
pain. It was a long time ago. It's a long time ago. But
So
the
that's-
feature-length films, as we know them today, this was the first one. It was The Squaw Man, directed by the famous Cecil B. DeMille. But okay, so that was today. It's also, strangely enough, Global Movie Day. It's the day that you're supposed to, right after the Oscar season, you're supposed to go off and celebrate and watch all these movies, and spend your weekend on the couch or in the movie house or whatever, celebrating by watching. Okay. That is the national day, so coincidence. And then we have the release, finally, after all the years of asking, Top Gun 2 Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27th of May, it's finally coming out. And I know we've covered this off maybe 2 years ago now. But by the time this is released, are they not in danger of having like old tech in it?
They
Like the
most
cars
likely
they
are.
drive are like, or the cell phones they use. It's like, really?
All the planes.
All the planes.
Yeah, the plane.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, you
And we
think
don't
that's
use the
good?
F-18 Hornets anymore.
Yeah.
We use the F-35 stealth bomber.
Oh, you're gonna have to come back and make the next one straight away.
Is there going to be another one? I don't think old Maverick will be alive. Maybe they'll have his funeral in the movie.
Yeah.
You'll have James Bond flying pillion.
Shame.
Yeah, which James Bond?
Which James Bond?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig is gone, guys.
Do you know that there's a lot of people going to watch that movie again just because they think they've missed something? It's like he can't die. Surely not.
Yeah.
So they've made money just by having a storyline.
Yeah, look, I think it's this whole timeline thing. I think with the whole Marvel thing, they have the ability to, zoom into a particular time frame. So I think that's what they will do is they will go, okay, between that and that era, and create a storyline in there. I think. I mean, how else do you do it? Because remember, it's not the thing that, like this whole thing about, maybe it's time for a woman to play 007 or whatever. But the movie's not 007. The movie's James Bond.
The movie is James Bond, yes.
So it's like they've painted themselves into a corner. The only thing they would ever be able to do is do almost like an official spin-off. And then, whatever.
Jasmine
know
Bond.
how-
Jasmine Bond.
Yeah, Jasmine Bond or Jamie Bond. Jamie. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think that they're going to move away from a male character playing James Bond because it is James Bond and they are talking
Well, it
about...
deviates from the books.
Yeah, but I suppose you can realistically transform the franchise into something that's a little bit more up to date in terms of the world and where we're at, gender parity and all that kind of stuff. I would support that. I just hope that they do it in a very, very clever way, that they merge it into something that's, still keeps the essence of the James Bond kind of franchise, but brings it a little bit more, into reality. I don't know. I don't have an issue with that. But I think that they can be clever. They could say, well, you know what? Let's say over the next 3-4 movies, we are going to slowly but move the piano from one side of the church to the other side of the church.
3-4 movies, eh? You're optimistic.
Well, I mean, listen, dude. It's a money.
Well, if they're
it's a
going to
money
bring in
machine,
another
that.
Bond, they have to make another 4 movies. It'll be a franchise.
Yeah, and I think that's what they do is that they like say, okay, we'll have the James Bond for X amount of movies, and we'll just it'll be an era of James Bond. Yeah. I think they can do it.
So guys,
I think they can do
Top
it.
Gun Maverick, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys excited?
I
Or
suppose.
you still don't believe that we're here? You expect it to
Well, you know what? I'll
to
be
wait another
excited when
year.
I'm sitting in the cinema.
wait? So you still don't believe it? It's
I've
happening.
got my popcorn and there's no load shedding. Okay.
Oh, that is
What
funny.
happens? Yeah, well, how does that work if you're in a cinema and there's load shedding? Do you
No,
get your money back?
they've got generators now, but previously they didn't. I've been in the cinema once when load shedding was like, like a new thing.
Like a new thing.
Well, I
God,
mean,
you're
it's
showing
like
your age
like
Load
now
shedding's
it's
been
like
around for years.
no, well, like now it's part of life. But there was a time where we didn't really have load shedding as a scheduled thing. Yeah, you
As
would
a
have
boy.
power outages. As a boy,
Yeah,
back
we'd
in the
have
day
power
when we didn't even
outages,
have
but-
cinemas in Witbank.
True. Do you think there's a correlation? As soon as Woodbank got a cinema, we started seeing a lot more outages.
Yeah. Because all the guys that were supposed to be running the power station were watching movies.
It wasn't just a cinema. They had a bar and a pool table in the cinema.
Oh yes.
What in
yeah.
front of the big screen?
It was outrageous.
What in front of the big screen? So like, as you're watching a movie, you have to tell the guys like,
Yeah,
guys
the
back.
first row, can you move back? I need to play my shot.
Yeah.
Can't see the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to try this one more time. Can you see my?
I can see. Push play.
What's going to happen next?
Radio check.
The radio's loud and clear,
check.
George.
0.
Maybe just give me a reminder to hit stop
0 out of 5.
that we are the first box.
Yeah, copy, George. We'll get that noted.
It's lights out and away we go. Russell does get away well, as does Max Verstappen.
Can
Is
you
that
hear?
Formula E? I can't hear a thing.
Can't you?
No.
But you can hear the echo.
No,
Can you?
I can only hear you.
Yeah, it sounds weird. It sounds like you in the big bathroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How about now?
Maybe it is because I can't see you guys
Maybe.
anymore. So
Yeah. Apparently, because I remember there was a way to do this.
There
And
most
it had
likely
something
is a
to do
way.
with this.
Monitor and output.
Okay, how's this? Can you hear now?
Valtteri Bottas has got his teammate right alongside him already.
no.
No? Jeez, eh? We're going to try and sort this out while we live, eh?
Why don't you
Why
put
not?
subtitles for
Why?
Leicester?
Maybe that's a good idea.
No, that sounds weird.
No, that sounds weird.
Download the podcast now and listen to
I'll
our
tell you
subtitles.
what. Okay, let me try something. Don't go anywhere, people. Let's go to advanced headphones audio. Processing. How about now?
What?
Sergio Perez is trying to challenge as George Russell goes into the first.
Can you hear now?
No,
Well, you could hear, right?
it was distant, but yes.
Turn and George Russell.
There we go.
The big story, George Russell changing out of the Williams into the Mercedes. Going to be quite a wild ride, no doubt about it. And, well, that's what we love about live sport, isn't it? We don't know what's going to happen next.
Radio check.
The radio's loud and clear, George.
Maybe just give me a reminder to hit stop that we are the first box.
Can't hear it, can't see it.
Yeah, copy, George. We'll get that noted.
It's stuttering.
It's lights out and away we go. Russell does get away well, as does Max Verstappen. And Valtteri Bottas has got his teammate right alongside him already. Sergio Perez is trying to challenge as George Russell goes into the first.
No. Can't hear it.
Nah.
Ah, got to work that out somehow.
I think we'll just play it
There's something-
via Teams.
I just
After
don't
the
understand.
cast.
Yeah, we'll do it after the cast. Yeah, anyway, I thought I'd try, you know, it's
10
nothing
points
better
for
than
effort.
trying to do it online. Eh?
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Under pressure. Dun, 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 dun.
I need to wrap up today, guys,
Okay.
because I have to shoot. But I'll end up with a quick famous birthdays and stuff.
Okay, we'll
you
give you
like?
some. Yeah, let's
Abraham
go for it
Lincoln
quickly.
and Charles Darwin, both born on the same day today.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah, and they both had beards. Just
Oh,
putting it out there.
hashtag just saying. Nice.
Actually,
But,
like Andrew's beard is most likely very similar to like Darwin's beard. Maybe
Yeah.
even Andrew could play Charles Darwin.
If you
I'd have to wear
photoshopped
a
a
wig.
cap onto Darwin, it would look like the Bearded Fen.
Yeah.
Ah. Thank you very much.
And
Is that
we
it?
call the podcast The Theory of Evolution.
I didn't get that. Say again.
We call the podcast The Theory of Evolution.
Evolution. No. No, there's no theory, dude.
So Abraham Lincoln was actually a farmer's son, born into poverty. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's interesting.
He properly worked himself through. I mean, at that time, he was the first president. The country was changing. He
Yeah.
had to have influence to get anywhere. Anyway, Thomas Edison.
The light bulb guy.
Yes,
Today,
And that's-
his
and
birthday
I'm only
today.
mentioning this. Yeah, this was his day. He was born on this day as well. But he had a world record of patents because he was the master inventor.
Mm-hmm. How many
Any
patents?
guesses? Yeah,
Oh, you're asking us to guess.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. This is your guess time.
1,000?
No, I think about 600.
in your life, how many things can you possibly invent? Yeah, he was called the invention factory wizard,
Oh wow.
and it was 1,093 in his lifetime. That was patented inventions, let alone all the stuff that didn't work.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That is
I've got to up my game, man.
Well, yeah, you still got time, mate. Just you need to start churning them out, though.
Yeah, if I invented something every day for the rest of my life, and I have a life expectancy to the age of 70, I don't know.
5.
Yeah,
Okay.
75. Yeah, sweet. How many things could I invent? Come, where's your maths?
1,094. If you put your mind to
Yeah.
it, new world record.
Well, it's 25 years away. 25 times 365. Come on.
You can definitely do more than 6,000 patents if you do like one.
So that's like more than
Do
7,000.
you know how long it takes to register a patent?
Well, you know, the thing is
25
that,
years.
no, well, but the thing is that you can invent something every day, but put the process in motion.
Maybe you change something. If you've got the sheer volume of patent applications, they might have to hire people just for you.
Yeah.
But you'd have to, the first one would have to be smashing them.
But imagine how much it would cost you to patent all that stuff.
But surely you're inventing stuff worthwhile that would make money.
Do you think I'm going to invent something that's worthwhile making? I'm really impressed by your confidence in me. Thank you, Lester.
Well, you've got a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. If only
Okay.
you could develop a 3D screen behind you for this podcast. I mean, that would be
It's coming, man.
awesome.
I tried. There's my witness. I did try. It
No, there
didn't
was
work.
an.
You closed the
impressive effort.
garage door. That doesn't count.
No,
I had
no,
the
no,
green
no.
screen up. It was just not tall enough.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Anyway,
We're going to have to do this from your car next week. Inside the car.
just don't tempt me, dude. Don't
Inside,
tempt me.
inside the Mini Cooper Electric.
I'm gonna have to get it to my house. Do you think they'll let me have it for the weekend?
I'm pretty sure they will. Just tell them
Yeah, why not?
it's gonna be.
It's not
on
like there's a
full,
demand for it.
It's gonna just say it's gonna be featured in a full-length documentary.
Yes. Okay, guys. We'll catch you next weekend.
Ladies.